Hey everyone, I'm Shaylin with Reedsy. Today we're going to be talking about how to tackle burnout as a writer. Creative burnout can strike if you're particularly overworked, whether that's within your own work or other stresses outside of your writing. It's something many writers or creatives run into at some point. I always felt like I would never get burned out. I always thought I could work at such a high capacity with my own writing, but I ran myself into a pretty bad case of writer's burnout after doing several drafts of a novel within a really short period of time. And I know that the way I felt after that was like, there was just nothing left in my brain. It was just completely empty in here. There were no words left. When you are facing burnout, it can feel really difficult, especially if you want to write, but you feel like you don't have the ability to do so at the moment. So here are a couple ways to tackle burnout as a writer and also to help prevent it. Remember that breaks are okay and totally healthy. A lot of people challenge themselves to write every day or almost every day, but like pretty much with anything, sometimes you really need a break. Just like athletes have to take a day off so that they don't overstrain their body, we creatives sometimes have to take a day off so we don't overstrain our mind. You can build breaks into your routine, for example, choosing a day that's going to be your day off from writing, or if you feel really exhausted, it's okay to set time aside for a bit of a longer break, like a week or a couple weeks. However, if you do decide to go on a bit of an extended writing vacation, I would recommend choosing an end date for your break before you begin. Long breaks can be really healthy to help you recharge if you're really exhausted, but ending them is really difficult if you don't have a set day the break is going to end. So if you're feeling really tired and like you need some substantive time away from your work, before you decide to take the time away from your work, decide that your break's going to be, say, 2 weeks and choose the day that you're going to get back to writing. Otherwise, it can go on and on and on, a lot longer than is necessarily needed, but it's just hard to get back into the routine. Then, when you come back from your break, try to create a healthier routine for yourself. Consistency can make writing so much easier, but consistency doesn't mean that you're necessarily overworking yourself. If you notice you've overworked yourself in the past, try to build a schedule that's consistent, but that doesn't overstress you. This could mean changing the way you structure your goals, or deciding to set goals or not set them at all. It could be differences in the days or times that you work, or where or how you work. If you find that you're a bit of a workaholic, set an end time for your workday. This is the time where your writing officially ends. Use that as a time where you can stop working and just have a few hours to yourself without feeling like you should be working. Next up is to refine your voice. One thing a lot of writers struggle with burnout is the actual craft aspect of it. I know when I was facing really bad burnout, I actually really wanted to write, but I just felt like I didn't have a solid grasp of my own voice as a writer anymore. When facing this, I think it helps to read older work that you're still proud of to kind of get back into the flow of your own voice. Just like how many writers find that they're influenced by the work they're currently reading, you can influence yourself by reading your own work to help remind yourself what the flow of your work feels like. Or you can read similar work to yours that usually inspires you. I also think it helps to work on something else. Sometimes when writers are facing burnout, it's not with writing as a whole, it's actually just with one specific project that they're struggling with. This is something that happened to me. I really burned myself out on this one novel, and so I just wanted to work on something else. Try temporarily turning your attention to something else. Even something short, like a short story or a poem, can be really great because that's something you can finish in a bit of a shorter amount of time and then get back to your main project. Evaluate what's stressing you out and try to take something off of your plate. If you have a lot going on, try to identify what the things that are causing you stress are. For example, maybe it's an upcoming deadline or a project you're really struggling with, or maybe it's just that you don't have a lot of time and so it feels like a struggle to do everything you want to do. Then prioritize and try to take something off your plate. Of course, there will be some things that you won't be able to step away from, but just try to get rid of any small thing that you don't have to be focusing your attention and time on right at this moment. Maybe you can put aside the thing that's causing you stress, or maybe you can just clear up a little bit of time so that reaching the deadline that's stressing you out can be a little easier. Creative burnout is really difficult, although I have found in my experience that it usually does end. So those are a few ways to tackle burnout as a creative or as a writer. Leave a comment below if you've ever faced creative burnout and what you found helped you get out of that. It's something a lot of creatives face. I know pretty much every writer or creative person that I've known in my life has faced a bit of a creative burnout, if not a serious one, at some point or another. And everyone has different ways that they deal with it, so I'd love to hear what's helped you. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to subscribe for new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Until next time.